Hey, what's up, everybody? Time to talk a little overlay NFL. Clearly, we got some stuff to talk about with the games coming up this weekend. Before we get into that, I just want to reiterate, people, we are trying to give away some free overlay money. We are up to 74 retweets. It is pinned to the top of my profile. The link is below. Once we get to 100, and we will make this happen, I will retweet this thing a million times until we get to 100. Overlay will give away a free $20 to somebody. It's yours to go play with them.
Let's get it, man.
All right. So, also, guys, there is golf up here now. We can't speak to golf because we don't know golf, but from the people playing on it, they seem to really enjoy it. There's multiple ways to play NBA. There's a lot up there. And also, there is this thing called the Slump Buster Challenge, where if you can't place in your first 20 contests or any set of 20 contests, they will reimburse you all of your buy-ins. Good luck finding that anywhere else. That is industry leading.
Seriously. No one else is doing it.
All right, so let's go through some of these. We got a lot of options up here. These are first thoughts. We'll do a final thoughts video on Saturday, hopefully. Aaron Rodgers. Ooh, I like this round robin. Aaron Rodgers versus Jimmy G. I'm going to take Rodgers only because I feel like the odds are he's going to need to throw more.
Yeah, you're actually in the round robin one right now. You know that.
All right, which one do you think is best to talk through then?
Well, the round robin one is a new format they just added. The bottom one works. The round robin one, I haven't played any yet. They've started for this weekend. They have the same player in different matchups, so you can only choose a single player one time. But just a cool little, alternate
way to look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. All right, Rodgers versus Jimmy G. I'll still stick with Rodgers. I think there's a better opportunity that they rely on him more. He's going to have to be big time here. Not saying, Green Bay's defense is good. San Fran's is great. So I don't love the spot for him, but I know you're a little scared of the big moment for Jimmy G yourself.
Yeah, give me Aaron Rodgers here. Just, I like that Jimmy G's at home, but that's about all that I like over, him over Aaron Rodgers for. So give me Rodgers here.
Derrick Henry versus Ryan Tannehill. We had this one last week. Derrick Henry's great. I cannot believe that this guy used to look like a bust because he is amazing. What is it, 180 plus in 3 straight games is absolutely flabbergasting. Just a man amongst boys out there. I definitely expect Kansas City to win this game, but there is a formula for the Titans to win it. Keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. Have Derrick Henry just go 5 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards. So I'm going to give Tennessee some credit. I'm going to pick Henry again.
In my opinion, I think Tannehill is going to need to play well for Tennessee if they're going to have a chance here. So I'm going to take Tannehill because if they get down, he's going to have to throw, and I think they're going to have to throw regardless. So I'm going to take Tannehill.
Okay. Only way Tennessee wins this game is if Derrick Henry goes beast mode and keeps them off the field, right? Because as well as Tennessee's defense has played throughout the playoffs, the Kansas City offense is a whole different bag of tricks. Now, it was a horrible matchup for the Texans. The Texans had no way to stop them. Tennessee's better than that, but Kansas City's on another level.
No doubt.
All right, Devontae Adams versus Aaron Jones. I hope I'm wrong because I don't have a lot of faith in either of these guys, but I'll take Adams for the PPR points.
Same.
All right, Travis Kelce versus Tyreek Hill. Hard not to buy into the recency bias and just go with Kelce. I'll take Kelce.
I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go Tyreek Hill. I'm not going to buy into the recency bias. I think the big week is coming for Tyreek Hill. Tennessee saw what happened to Houston last week when they sold out just to stop him. So I'm going to go right back and go to Tyreek Hill here.
That is what a weapon Tyreek Hill is, because everybody does that every week. They're like, you're not going to beat us with Tyreek Hill. He is such a video game version of a human being.
Yeah.
So, he could do it against anybody. I'm a big Tyreek Hill fan. It's just he's not Julio. He's not Devontae Adams, but the explosivity that he offers is – there's never been that many guys like that.
I saw someone posted on Twitter, and I'm pretty sure they're a Bears fan, like having a conversation about who the top 10 wide receivers are in football, and they posed a question like, would it be fair to rank Tyreek Hill above Allen Robinson? And I'm over here thinking, like, who the hell wouldn't rank Tyreek Hill over Allen Robinson?
If it's 3rd and 10 and I need a first down, I want Allen Robinson. But the way that Tyreek Hill affects the game plan of the opponents is something that cannot be underrated. Maybe he doesn't always show up in his consistency and his statistics. But you don't game plan around Allen Robinson the way you game plan around Tyreek Hill. He is a video game version of a human being, like a game breaker, like very few guys we've ever seen.
For sure. The only thing I will say about Allen Robinson, though, that I agreed with is that he's had really shitty QBs. So I get that.
Bortles, Trubisky. I mean, we're talking Mount Rush. Nope, you're right. Never mind. All right. Let's move down from there. George Kittle versus Williams. Give me Kittle. I don't think Green Bay has a lot of success stopping him. And Williams could definitely outdo that by scoring twice again. But I'm still going to take George Kittle here.
I liked how Williams played, but I'm with you. I think it's a nice spot for Kittle to get going.
Definitely. And again, that's what Williams has, is his offense scores. And when you're the lead running back for an offense that puts up points, you can just fall into the end zone like he did 3 times last week. What do you have for total yardage? 70 yards, but 3 scores? I mean, that's kind of like Mark Andrews has been all year. Not a lot of 100-yard games, the way Kelsey and Kittle might do it. But when you score 2 times consistently, like, you're tough to beat fantasy-wise.
And Mahomes trusts Williams. He looks to him a lot. Mahomes can extend plays. Like, it helps him.
Yeah, I mean, to be the lead running back on an offense that can throw up 51 points while you blink, I mean, you're going to fall into fantasy points. There's just no other way around it.
Exactly.
All right, Tevin Coleman versus Deebo Samuel. Look, it was Coleman's week last week. Are we surprised if it's Mostert or Breida this week? I am not. Give me Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, give me Deebo all day here.
Again, very similar to Damian Williams. Coleman is capable of falling into points like he did last week with 2 touchdowns despite not running for more than 11 yards on one play. But I'll just take Samuel in the spot.
Yep.
Now, all those same reasons apply to me for Emmanuel Sanders. Mostert was the guy, and then he wasn't. Maybe he's the guy again this week. I don't know. But give me Sanders, who I know is a guy that might be a little bit more needed this week.
This is a tough one because I feel like Mostert could easily be the guy, but I still will go Sanders with you.
Yeah, it's tough because those running backs are pretty good. Neither Mostert, Breida, nor Coleman, none of them is Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey, but they're all solid. And, Shanahan has shown that he'll just ride the hot hand on any given week.
Yeah, I think I like Deebo over Coleman more than Sanders over Mostert, but I like both wide receivers.
Well, and that's your contrarian nature right there, right? We just saw Coleman do it. So in your mind, you definitely think that the great way to approach this would be that it's a Mostert week.
For sure.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. Again, it was Mostert towards the stretch end of the year. I was a little surprised to see it be Coleman last week, but I'm not surprised at all, no matter which way it goes this week.
And it's funny because, like you said, there are a couple games this year where it was Breida. You got to remember that Monday night game against the Browns. He went off.
Yeah, Breida's good.
Yeah.
He's a big play waiting to happen. There's no part of me would be surprised in the slightest to see Breida as the top scoring running back from San Francisco this week, or that he had 0 touches.
Yeah, agreed.
So, all right, man, let's keep rolling down from there. We got Jimmy Graham versus Kendrick Bourne. Bourne has really excelled in the red zone recently, catching a lot of touchdowns. But does that seem more fluky to you than anything?
I'm not sure. It does seem fluky just in the sense that he's never done it before and he doesn't do anything else.
Right, so I don't want to just buy into like Kendrick Bourne and being this like red zone target. You know what I mean? Like I'll take Graham because I know he's out there, but again, it's kind of the same thing. He falls into the end zone. That's probably enough to beat Jimmy Graham, who's obviously seen better days.
That's where I don't think you have to buy into Bourne being all this, all that in a bag of chips. He just has to be better than Graham. I think he will be better than Graham this week, so I'm going to take Bourne.
All right, Sammy Watkins versus Corey Davis. We have seen nothing from Corey Davis in the playoffs, but that's because Tennessee has controlled the outcome of the last 2 games, run the ball with Derrick Henry, and I think Tannehill has a combined 3 attempts through 2 games?
Yeah, right. He did. Corey Davis did have the 1 touchdown from Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that was a cool play. That was a really cool play. I'll take Watkins, but if this game flips and has been the opposite of what Tennessee has done so far, then Corey Davis could definitely bulk over Watkins.
Yeah, I struggle with this one. I'll go Watkins with you, but I don't love it. I could flip that easily.
All right, Breida versus Jamal Williams. I mean, these are 2 guys right here that could combine for 6 touches.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna take Breida.
So am I. All right, moving down. I'm with you. Breida's good. I like Breida.
Yep, me too.
All right, Deion Lewis versus Mecole Hardman. I think the number one question you ask yourself here before you make your decision is, what do you believe the outcome of this game is? If you feel like Kansas City rolls, which watching what they did last week, it's hard not to at least think of that, right? Like their offense looks so unstoppable and they're primed, they're ready to go, they're at home, then I think you kind of want Lewis because he has to get a couple PPR points. If you think the game's closer, well, then Lewis may not touch the field and you want to go Hardman. What are your thoughts overall about how this game plays out?
I don't want to say like Tennessee gets rolled, but they're definitely in a disadvantage here. I expect Kansas City to score points. I do think that, Tennessee, it's not going to be like, even if they get down like early in the year where like they're just going to bring in Lewis for all the run. He will get more run, definitely, if they're down because he's the pass catching back. But I still think that Henry gets a lot of work too because it's the AFC Championship game. So I'm going to go Hardman just in the sense that he plays for the better offense and he's on the field.
Yeah, I think we talk about this in NBA all the time too, right? Like when does the lead come? Because if it's Kansas City 24-17 in the third quarter, Lewis may have all of 2 plays. You know what I mean? Or if Kansas City goes boom, 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 it's 21-0 and they have to abandon the run a little bit, Lewis is getting a significantly larger look in that situation. So, you have to ask yourself what you believe. I'm giving Tennessee some credit. I think that they're going to keep the game within striking distance, which means I don't think Lewis gets many looks, which is why I will go Hardman with you.
I get it. Let's get it.
I mean, it's got to be lopsided for Lewis to be the guy in there the whole time, like real lopsided.
To get Lewis run, like he never even got much run this year, even when they were down. Like, so for me, like I get it. Like it's not like Henry is that involved in the passing game, but they're not saving him for anything. Like they're gonna want as long as the game isn't like 28-point discrepancy, which I have trouble seeing it like that.
Exactly.
Then like Henry's gonna get most of the run, in my opinion, even in passing situations.
I'm with you on that. It's got to be really lopsided. We talk about that with NBA all the time. Like 15 points in the NBA means nothing these days. But when you get to like 30, like the Bucks-Knicks last night, like that's when guys like Dragan Bender are seeing 12 minutes of run.
Yep.
So you got to believe in your mind that like Kansas City, like balls early, gets up big, and Tennessee has to borderline abandon the run. And I'm going to give the Titans more credit than that. They have played, I expected them to beat New England, so that wasn't a surprise to me. But what they did to Baltimore was super impressive. I'm going to give them the opportunity to control the game a little bit, and it's not 24-0 at halftime.
They beat Kansas City this year, so I'm with you.
Yeah, Mahomes' first game back, so I don't expect him to beat them again. But I do want to give them credit to keep it within 2 scores, and if that's the point, like Derrick Henry will get all the touches.
Yep.
All right, Mason Crosby versus Robbie Gould. I tend to want to side with Gould because I don't really feel good about this game, and I kind of expect San Fran to put up more points. However, the point for Crosby, which I'm sure you'll understand, like I can see Green Bay moving the ball enough, but struggling to capitalize and get in the end zone.
Yes, same. And also, I just trust Crosby over Gould, so I'm going to go Crosby.
Okay. I don't want to pick this one. I hate picking kickers unless it's something I feel really, really confident in. This is not one I feel confident in, though.
Crosby isn't like Justin Tucker, but he's like right below that, in my opinion. He's like one of the better ones, like of our generation, for sure.
He's solid. He's had a couple. This feels like damn near 10 years ago when there was jokes being made about him like getting cut and stuff like that because he's had some rough moments. He had that game against Detroit last year, but take that out of the equation and he has been as dependable as you can ask for.
Yeah, he's made it. He's been there forever, man. And like a lot of kickers aren't like that. So again, I don't think he's like Justin Tucker, but he's like one of the better ones of our generation, in my opinion.
Alrighty, let's move down there to the defenses. We got San Francisco versus Kansas City defense. This is another one where I go right back to the same points with Derrick Henry. If you think Kansas City gets up big early and that they're explosive and that they just piggyback off of what they did in the second or the last 3 quarters, well, then I want Kansas City's defense because I still trust Aaron Rodgers not to throw picks over Ryan Tannehill. That being said, like San Fran's going to get some sacks this week. Aaron Rodgers will take sacks, and that defensive line is really good. So I think gun to head, I'll go San Fran because I don't expect – I'm going to give Tennessee credit.
I was thinking the same thing you were because San Fran will get sacks, but they probably won't get turnovers, at least interceptions. I'm going to go KC. I think they have bigger play potential here.
Definitely, because if they're down – the game has to work out in a certain way for Tennessee to be competitive. If they get down 21-0, that's where the sacks and the turnovers are going to come because you cannot just put it on the right arm of Ryan Tannehill, right? he plays well in the play action. His passer rating off of play action is amazing. But if you take that out of the equation, he's just not going to go Russell Wilson all video game on you.
No, he's not. And KCD has been playing well. They didn't play well at the beginning of the game last week, but I could see them. I could see them being the difference in this game. I'll say that.
The Kansas City defense?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they have definitely improved throughout the season.
Yep.
All right. Titans defense versus Packers defense. I mean, I'll take the Packers defense on this one because if you ask, I just can't pick against the Kansas City offense right now.
No, I mean, it's got to be Green Bay. Like, it's an easy one for me here. They're better. Well, the Ds are comparable. Tennessee's Ds played really well. You know I'm a fan of the Packers D. But when all is said and done, I mean, you're going against Jimmy G or Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly the way I look at it. You're right. They are comparable. They've both had plenty of good moments this year. Some moments where you wondered how good they were, and then they've come back and showed you how good they can be. I find them to be very similar as well. Jimmy G or Patrick Mahomes. I don't believe as strongly as you do that the moment might be too big for Jimmy G, but I sure shit know it's not too big for Patrick Mahomes.
No, it's definitely not. Just thinking about, no one is even thinking about the possibility of a Green Bay Tennessee Super Bowl.
Now, I would love that. I would be as happy as could possibly
Hell
be,
yeah.
but I wouldn't bet $1 on it.
Yeah, it's definitely a long shot.
I mean, they're both. I mean, I think Green Bay and Tennessee are clearly both long shots this weekend. And I give, I don't know, 1 out of 5, 1 out of 4 chance for each of them. And the idea of those two playing each other just seems really, really unlikely.
You definitely got to give, at least I give more of a chance for Green Bay here, don't you?
No, because I do think there is a formula to beat Kansas City, and it's with controlling the clock with Derrick Henry. And as great as the Chiefs' offense is, you know how it is when you sit on the sidelines for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
While they just eat the clock, and you lose your flow. And then, the Texans can't do that against you. And that's what, it was just a bad matchup. Titans' defense is much better. So what happens if Tennessee gets the ball and to open the game and Derrick Henry just goes to work? 8 carries, 52 yards. Tannehill completes 2 passes on the opening drive. And the next thing you know, Kansas City doesn't get the ball until there's 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And then Travis Kelce drops the ball like they did to open the game. And then Tennessee controls the clock again. Like, I could see that happening.
Yeah, of course that could happen. But for me, like, I don't see Kansas City coming into this. Like, I didn't see it last week either, but I struggle to see them, like, falling behind like they did last week.
I do. I mean, it wouldn't look the same way to me, but it's more like, if they just can't slow down Derrick Henry.
Okay, yeah.
They're not on the field. You lose that flow.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get what you're saying.
One of the reasons the Chiefs were able to score 78 straight touchdowns last weekend was because the Texans were going 3 and out left and right, coming right back on there, tired defense, and they're able to go right back at it. Titans defense can get rested on the sidelines if Henry can eat the clock. Again, I'm picking Kansas City, and it's not even close, but I see the potential for Tennessee to win the game.
For me, I feel like their first drive, I don't know. I think they should throw a deep ball on their first play, Tennessee. Open up the field a little bit. Like, again, I think they're going to have to – Tannehill is going to have to be a big reason if they want to win this game, because I just do not see Kansas City. Like, I think they're going to stuff the box.
Sure, but that's what everybody tries to do against Derrick Henry.
True. And he's had a great 2 games. It should be a fun weekend if nothing else.
Right. I mean, again, gone to head, I'm picking Kansas City. I don't have to think twice about it because to me, they're the better team. They're so explosive. I love what the Titans have done in the playoffs. It's been incredibly impressive. Again, I think we both, you weren't surprised at all to see the Titans beat New England, right?
No, I wasn't.
No, I mean, New England's they're decimated. They have no skill position players to speak of. Tom Brady's, 42, not 26. But the whole team was impressive last week. Defense, Derrick Henry, Tannehill made plays when he needed to be. And I think if Derrick Henry plays well, Tannehill can make a few plays in play action that will allow them to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Yeah, I'm with you. It should. Again, it sounds like, and doesn't sound like you even said, you give Tennessee slightly more opportunity to win than you do Green Bay. I see it a little bit differently, but you're right in that KC and San Fran are the definite favorites, and that's the Super Bowl most people want to see.
San Francisco versus Kansas City?
Yes.
Obviously, it's not the one that I want to see.
Right.
But you can make an argument those are the two best teams.
Most definitely.
Right? Like, I mean, obviously I'm a huge Packers fan, but I can't make a logical argument that they're even the best team in the NFC, much less the best team in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now, best team doesn't always win, and I can hope and pray that's where it's going to go, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
So, you seem to like Green Bay a little bit more than I do, and it's difficult for me not to be emotional about this one.
How could it not be? I mean, your team's in the NFC Championship game.
And, we've heard pundits say it all week long. Like, Aaron Rodgers is still better than Jimmy G, but San Francisco's better in every other facet except for maybe kicker.
Yep.
So, all right, guys, that's what we got. We will talk about this again later in the week. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up is appreciated. Retweet contest, all the good stuff.
Thanks, guys.